I'm going to give you my reasons why I feel like former Dolphins GM Chris Greer was fired. Let's talk about it. So Chris Greer was just fired. Stephen Ross made a statement, and the statement goes, this decision was mutual, but he emphasized that change cannot wait. He wanted to see a shakeup for even this year and going forward. But they left Mike McDaniels. And everybody's saying, why they fired the GM and then fire the head coach? Here's my reason why. Because that was the easiest thing for him to do in that moment. Does it make sense to do it? No. They should have both went together. But here's my thoughts on it. I feel like Mike McDaniel was spared because they could blame it on Chris Greer being the guy that buys the groceries. See, we don't have the talent. And, if Mike had the talent, this team would look a lot better. Well, we saw the Miami Dolphins over the last few years sputter when it counts. They couldn't win big games. They got a lot of high-priced free agents or trades like the Jalen Ramsey trade, and you got the Bradley Chubbs of the world when they got them from Denver. So they've accumulated a lot of talent over the years. They were just never able to execute. And this team has been a playoff team, and it has just missed the playoffs. Was it last year, the year before, or whatever the case may be. This team has just not lived up to expectations. And whether you like Chris Greer or not, I think he did an okay job. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great either. He had been there since 2016. I think it had just ran its course. Let's just call it what it is. It ran its course at a point, and, it's just what it is. I mean, he drafted Jalen Waddle. You traded for Tyreek Hill at the time. You brought the Bradley Chubbs in. You brought the Jalen Ramseys in. Now you got the Minka Fitzpatricks. He drafted Devin Arcane. Now, he did let Raheem Mostert go, but that's all a part of business. So, like I said, when I look at Chris Greer and how he's done drafting and trading and free agents and things of that nature, I think he's done fine. What I think it was to give Mike McDaniel some extra rope. And I just think that's what it was. I think they wanted to give him another runway. Maybe they make some trades. Chris Greer may not have wanted to make some trades and move off of some more bigger name guys that's got some deep salaries. Like I can see Bradley Chubb as a Philadelphia Eagle because the Eagles need an edge rusher. Probably get about a second and a fourth round pick for him. Then that'll let you be able to reload. But I think what Stephen Ross wants to see from Mike McDaniels is this team going to compete the rest of the way? Because they were blown out last night. And I don't know if it's for the lack of talent. I just think they've given up on Mike McDaniel. He looks like a defeated man in a lot of ways. We call him NFL head coach Mark Anthony. That's because that's who he looked like, to be totally honest. But he looked so defeated when he first came in and the Dolphins were fighting for the AFC East and things of that nature, and they were one of the contender teams. Oh, he looked all cool and laid back, telling jokes. Now he looks like a man who lost his dog. And I think he's in a situation right now where he's lasting because he has the offensive mind. And it's so hard to find offensive coaches that have that mind of Mike McDaniel coming off that Kyle Shanahan tree. So I think they want to give him a chance. But when Tua looks the way he looks, 1 minute Tua throws 4 touchdowns, the next minute he looks like crap the next day. I just think Tua wasn't it. Then Tua got that big old contract, and that's something that I have been preaching about these quarterbacks. The Trevor Lawrences, the Tuas, even Jalen Hurts. I don't think quarterbacks, they need to have some type of tier. And Tua is not an elite quarterback. He's been okay. He's been very good at points, but he's not an elite quarterback. And he's getting paid like an elite quarterback. So, once you have Tua making $55 million, he's going to eat up 20% of your cap. So, you're going to have to make sure that you can draft well and put all the rest of the pieces around that team because he's eating up a lot of your cap. And maybe that's where Chris Greer went wrong. Like I said, I know some of his picks didn't hit. Some of them did. I just think, like I said, it was 9 years. He did okay. But once you pay that quarterback, and Mike McDaniel stood behind Tua and said this is going to be his guy, you got to go in. And you got to go produce. So was Chris Greer kind of the scapegoat? I kind of think so, to an extent. But if I got to choose between my offensive-minded head coach and my GM, then I'm probably going to go with my offensive-minded head coach. Maybe that'll light a fire under the head coach and let him know, hey, you ain't got that much time left either. You better take these last 10 games and show me what you got, or you're going to be out the door. Or the other thing is maybe you trade him to a team that's desperate for an offensive mind, give him a fresh start. Maybe get you a first or second round pick. So that could be what Stephen Ross is thinking too. Like I said, unfortunately, GMs come a dime a dozen now. Whether they're good or great or bad or indifferent, you could get them. But these offensive-minded coaches are at a premium. And if they can make some trades and get some new guys in or get some of these young guys off the bench to play and see what they do, great. But I guarantee you Stephen Ross is looking at this situation. He said, okay, it ain't working with Chris. We're going to let Chris go. But, Mike, we're going to give you your chance. Maybe we'll even let you shop for the groceries this year a little bit. We still got the trade deadline. Do you want to get players like Bradley Chubb out of here? Do you want to get players like Minkah Fitzpatrick out of here? Trade them for some draft picks. Show me your vision, and we'll see how it goes. Can you get these guys to play hard? If you can get these guys to play hard, you'll stay in Miami. We'll get you a GM that you can work with and go forward with. But I think that was the play. So I think the owner just made a shakeup just to make a shakeup to try to wake up the team, and he started there. But please believe, if Mike McDaniel don't get it together and at least make this team compete, he'll be gone on Black Monday. Either he'll be gone on Black Monday or he's going to get traded. One of the two. But I think that's what the play was. I'm not sure. This is just an opinion. I'm going to see if I get more details on it. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Till the next video, peace.